Hi everyone, welcome to today's session. So in the last session we discussed on foundation builder sheet of simple interest and compound interest. So today we are going to discuss some standard questions in your simple interest and compound interest. So here I hope everybody have remembered the basics, whatever are being discussed in our simple interest and compound interest and interest foundation builder sheet. Now let us see the questions. First question, what is given? The compound interest on a certain sum for 2 years is 756 and the simple interest is 720. So for 2 years simple interest is 720, for 2 years compound interest is 756. This is what is given. So for the first year and second year, the simple interest would be 360 and 360 on the same sum at the same rate of interest. First year simple interest and compound interest are equal. So the total compound interest for 2 years is 756. So on 360 there is 36 more, 396. This interest on interest is compound interest. Thereby this 36 is what? This 36 is the interest amount. 36 is the interest amount. 36 is the interest amount. If you see here, now what is given? 36 is the interest amount, which you can say is 10%. So if 10% is 36, then the principal amount 100% would be 3600. This is what is understood. Now if this sum 3600 rupees is invested such that the simple interest is 900 rupees and the number of years is equal to the rate percent per annum. So T and R are equal. Then find the rate of interest. Now the new simple interest is given as 900, which is equal to P into time and R. Both are numerically equal. Then you will get X is equal to 25. X square is equal to 25. So X is 5. Thereby this is the rate of interest. Time and rate of interest both are same. So each is how much? 5 numerically. So the rate of interest R is 5% per annum. I hope it is clear. Next, Jalela and Dalela have to clear their respective loans by paying 3 equal annual installments of 30,000 rupees each. Jalela pays at 10% per annum simple interest, while Dalela pays 10% per annum compound interest. So what is the difference in their payments? If you see here 3 equal installments. For the first installment no interest. It will be 30,000 only. Okay, 30,000 only. And Jalela is paying simple interest and Dalela is paying compound interest. So see here like how 30,000 for the first installment. Next, if it is compound interest on this 10% and third installment on 110% of 30,000, again 110%. So I can say it is 30,000 into 1 plus 10 by 100 whole square minus 30,000 into 10 into 2 by 100, because he has to pay simple interest here. Okay, he is paying for the first installment. There won't be any interest because it is paid on the very first day, right? So here this is the difference between the the total amounts paid, the total What is the difference between their payments? This is the payment through compound interest. This is the payment through simple interest. So what is the difference in their payments is the answer. So if you observe here, how much you are going to get here? The answer would be how much? 300. The answer here is 300. Next. Akbar lends twice the interest. Akbar lends twice the interest received by Birbal to Chanakya at the end of the interest at which he lent to Birbal. If Akbar lent rupees P at the rate of R percentage per annum for 1 year to Birbal, then the interest received by Akbar from Chanakya is how much? So Akbar lends twice the interest received by Birbal. So please see here, interest received by Birbal is P into R by 100. PTR by 100, time is 1 year. So PR by 100. And Akbar lends twice the interest. This is the interest received by Birbal. Now, if you see here, interest received by Chanakya. Interest received by Chanakya. In interest paid by Chanakya, how much interest received from Chanakya it is? How much interest Chanakya paid? Akbar lends twice the interest received from Birbal. So PR by 100 is the interest received. Twice of it is the principal. At a half of the interest, R by 2. R by 2 for 1 year. For 1 year. So P time is 1 year. R is R by 2 by 100. So if you see here, interest paid by Chanakya. Interest paid by Chanakya would be, so how much you are going to get? P into R by 100 whole square. 2 cancel. So P into R by 100 whole square. So option D is the answer. Next. Equal amounts of each 43,892 is lent to two persons for 3 years. One at the rate of 30% simple interest and the second at 30% compound interest annually. By how much percentage the compound interest is greater than the simple interest received in this 3 years duration? So here please see, if 100 is the principal, then after 3 years 130 by 100 1.3, so 219.7. So you can say the compound interest to the total, if it is the principal amount, then this is the total amount. Thereby the interest amount is 119.7. This is the compound interest. And what about simple interest? If 100 is the principal, in 3 years at 30% per annum, the simple interest received would be 90. So here compound interest is how much more? 29.7. This 29.7 on 90. So what is asked here? By how much percentage the compound interest is greater than simple interest? So compound interest is 119.7, simple interest is 90. So 29.7 is what percentage of 90? That is 33%. Okay, I am not taking a particular given 43,892. It is for any amount. It is through compound interest method and it is through simple interest method. If 100 is taken, then at 30% rate of interest, the total amount in 3 years should be 219.7. Thereby compound interest is 119.7 and simple interest in 3 years should be 90. So additionally we have to pay 29.7 rupees through compound interest on the principal, on the simple interest 90. So 29.7 is more than 90 by how much percentage? 33 percentage. This is the answer. Now, question number 5. 3,500 rupees was lent partly at 4 percentage and partly at 6 percentage. The total interest received after 3 years is 498. So if total 3,500 rupees is lent at 4 percentage, then the interest that we have been received is 140. 100, am I correct or not? Per year. Per year, it would have been 140. If it 6 percentage, if it is lent, then it will have been 210. But some at 4 percentage, some at 6 percentage. Because of that, 3 years 498. 498 by 3 is 66. How much? 166. 166. Because of mixture, it is 166. So 210 minus 166 is to 166 minus 140, which is 210 minus 166 is 44, and 166 minus 140 is 26. So here 223s are, 212s are. So total 35 parts is 3500. So 23 parts would be 2300. So answer is 2300. 2300. What is lended? What is lended? What? Am I correct? It is 22. Sorry, it is 22. It is 13. It is 13. It is 22. It is 13. So total 35 parts. So it is 2200. 2200 is the answer. Next, the population of vultures in a particular locality is decreases by certain rate of interest. Let us say some R%. The current population of vultures is 29160, and the ratio decreases in population for second year and third year B in the ratio 10:9. 10:9. So what was the population of vultures 3 years ago? 3 years ago. So please see here, decreases in second year. If it is 100, then decrease in third year would be 100 minus R. This is given as 10:9. 10:9. So from this you can say R is how much? If it is 0, it is 0. So R is 10%. R is 10 percentage. So now it is given P into 1 minus 10 by 100 whole cube 3 years ago is 29160. 29160. So what would be P? So if you simplify this, 29160 into 100 cube, 0 cancel, 10 cube, 1000 by 9 cube, 729. 729 means how many times? 40 times. 40 into 100 is 40 into 1000 is 40,000. So answer is 40,000. Answer is 40,000. Now question number 7. The ratio of the amount for 2 years under compound interest annually for 1 year under simple interest is 6:5. The ratio of the amount for 2 years under compound interest annually and for 1 year under simple interest is 6:5. So it is nothing but P into 1 plus R by 100 whole square after 2 years. After 1 year, P plus PTR by 100, P into 1 plus R by 100. This ratio is given as 6:5. So from this we got 1 plus R by 100 is 6/5. Therefore, the rate of interest would be 20% per annum. Rate of interest is 20% per annum. Next, a bicycle can be purchased on cash payment of 1500 rupees. The same bicycle can also be purchased at the down payment, initial payment at the time of purchasing of 350 rupees, and the rest can be paid in three equal installments of 400 rupees. 400 rupees in the next 3 months. Next 3 months. So the rate of simple interest per annum charged by the dealer. So see here, actually out of 1500, 350 is paid at the time of purchase as down payment. The remaining 1150 has to be returned. So this 1150, on this 1150 some interest for 3 months, because in 3 months is returning. So actually how much interest has to be paid? Okay, 1150 into 3 by 12 into R by 100. So this is the total amount actually has to be paid. Okay, and how he is paying? In the form of installments. Every month for 400. First installment, there is no interest. Second, on 400, again for that month, the interest will be charged. The interest would be 1 by 12 into 100. And similarly, next one more installment. How much it is? 400 plus R into 2 by 12 into 100. So like this, how much you are going to get? 3 4s are. So 400 into 1150 is 46,000 plus 0 cancel. Here it is how much? 115 R by 40. 4 into 10, 40 is equal to 400, 400, 400, 1200 plus how much you are going to get? R plus 2R, 3R. So 400 into 3R by 1200. If you simplify this, how much we are going to get? 46,000 by 40. 46,000 by 40. Say again the same story, you will get 1200 minus 1150, 50. So the value you are going to get for R, how much? 2 zeros cancel. 3 4s are 12, 12 cancel. So you are going to get R as how much? R is equal to here 80 by 3. If you simplify, you will get R is equal to 80 by 3, which is equal to how much? 26.66 percentage. So the answer is how much? 26.66 percentage. Rate of interest is 26.66 percentage. This is the process. Ram lends equal sum of money at the same rate of interest AB, and the money lends to A becomes twice the original amount in just 4 years at simple interest. While Ram lends to B for the first 2 years at compound interest and for the rest 2 years at simple interest. If the difference between the amount of AB and after 4 years it is 2750, what is the amount of money that Ram lends to each one? So please see here, A, what is happening? 100 becomes 200 in 4 years. So in 4 years you are paying a interest of 100. So here rate of interest is what is 25%. And what happened to B here? While Ram lends to B for the same rate of interest, for 2 years, for first 2 years on compound interest. Then if he is giving some principal amount P into 1 plus 25 by 100, P into 1 plus R by 100 whole square. So it is 25 ones are 25 fours are, which is 25p by 16. It is in first 2 years. Next, after what is happening, this 25 by p by 16 is again on this how much? Next 2 years simple interest. Next 2 years simple interest means 2 into 25 by 100. PTR by 100. So thereby 25p by 32. Therefore, the total amount A, the total amount of A after 4 years. If it is A, if it is P, it becomes 2P. Okay. And whereas here 25 by P plus 25p by 16, 25p by 16, 25p by 16 plus 25p by 32. So thereby what is asked here, if the difference between the amount of A and B after 4 years is 2750, this difference is given as 2750. So this is how much actually? This is the 75p by 32. The difference between these two, 75, 32 into 2, 64, 75 minus 64, 11p by 32 is given as how much? 2750. Thereby P would be how much? 11 to 250 ja, 32 250 ja, 8,000. So answer is 8,000. Answer is 8,000. Akram Ali left an amount of 3,34 lakhs or 3,40,000. 3,40,000 divided between his two sons. His two sons, aged 10 years and 12 years, such that both of them would get an equal amount when each attain 18 years of age. What is the share of elder brother if the whole amount was invested at 10% simple interest? So the first person P1, second person P2 amounts are given. Okay, out of 3,40,000. Okay, 3,40,000. Now, okay, this is invested for first person, this is for second person, both at 10% simple interest. So now he is 10 years. He is 10 years, he is 12 years. The elder is 12 years. The younger is 6 years. So he will get P1 plus 60% of P1. And it would be P2 plus 80% of P2 because it is in 8 years. So 160% of P1 is equal to 180% of P2. Thereby P1 and P2 ratio is 29s are 28s are 9 by 8. 9 by 8. So the person who is actually elder, for him deposit amount is P1. For younger, the deposit amount is P2. At the age of 18, when both attain the age of 18, means for him more 6 years, for him more 8 years. The interest will be added at the rate of 10% of the deposit amounts. So it becomes 160% of his principal. It becomes 180% of its principal. Thereby P1 is to P2 we got as 9 is to 8. 9 is to 8. Next, question number 11. Please see. Satyam took a loan from IDBI Bank for his 2 years course of MBA at IMD. He took the loan of 6 lakhs such that he would be charged 8% per annum at compound interest during his course and at 10% compound interest after the completion of course. So he returned half of the amount which he had to be paid on the completion of his studies, and the remaining he had after 2 years. After, what is the total amount returned? So on 6 lakhs, at 8%, at 8% per annum. The total amount to be paid after 2 years is how much? Two zeros cancel. Okay, 10 after 2 years, 108 by 100. So 4 zeros cancel. Now 108 into 6. How much you are going to get here? You are going to get 699,840. 699,840. So the total amount at the end of 2 years is 699,840. But what is given? He is paying half of it. He is paying half of it. What is half of it? Half of it is 3,49,920. This is paid. The remaining is 3,49,920. And this he is paying after 2 years. But after 2 years, after first 2 years, okay, the next 2 years would be at 10% compound interest. 3,49,920 into 110 by 100 into 110 by 100. So what will be the total amount? So here two zeros cancel, 0 cancel. So how much you are going to get? If you multiply 11 11s are 121 into this one, you are going to get 4,23,403.2 because divide by 10. Okay, so okay, at the end of 2 years, if he has to return the total 6 lakhs, he has to return 6,99,840, but he is returning only half. So on the remaining half for the next 2 years, compound interest. So he has to pay 4,23,403.2 rupees to repay the entire loan. Thereby, first he is paying 3,49,920. And now he has to pay remaining 4,23,403.2. So what is the total amount returned? Sum of these two. Sum of these two would be how much? 7.73. 7.73323. 73,323 lakh is the answer. So option A is correct. Option A is correct. Then question number 12. We had 1,000 goats at the beginning of the year 2001, and the goats each year increases by 10% by giving birth compounded annually. At the end of each year, we double number of goats by purchasing the same number of goats as there is number of goats with us at that time. What is number of goats at the beginning of 2004? So please see here. 2001, if there are 100 goats, it is increased by how much? 10%. So becomes 110. Becomes 110. Now we are adding same number. So it becomes how much? 220. 220. Now it is again increased. It is again increased. How much it is again increased by? 10%. Means 22. So 242. 242. Now again you are adding for next this, you are doubling this. So 242. So becomes 484. So this again increased by 10%. So becomes 48.4 increase. So it is 532.4. Now 532.4. So what is given here? What is given here? What is number of goats at the beginning of the year? At the beginning of the 2024. So initially it is 1000, not 100. Okay, 1100. So 1100, 2200. So 220, 2420, 2420. It is 4840. 4840. 4840 ka 10%, 484. So it becomes 5324. Again you are adding, again you are just doubling it. Doubling it means again 5324 you are adding. Thereby the total is 10,648. So this is 2001, this is 2002, this is 2003, this is finally 2004. 2004 at the beginning you have how much? 10,648. Next, if 1 lakh was invested by Mohan, if 1 lakh was invested by Mohan in a fixed deposit at 10% per annum compound interest, however, every year he has to pay 20% tax on compound interest. Then how much money does Mohan has after 3 years? After 3 years. So please see here. It is given that 1 lakh was invested by Mohan in a fixed deposit per annum at compound interest. However, every year he has to pay 20% tax. 20% tax. 20% tax means on 10%, 20% is how much? 2. So 10 minus 2, 8% is the effective interest to be charged. So you can say here on 1 lakh, on 1 lakh, if it is 8% is effective, 108 by 100 whole at the end of 3 years. So how much you are going to go get? The answer must end with 2. So 1260, 126079.2 is the answer. Next, a property dealer bought a rectangular plot in Noida 5 years ago at the rate of 1000 rupees per square meter. The cost of plot increases at the rate of 5% for every 6 years, and the worth of the rupee falls down at the rate of 2% for every 5 years. What is the approximate value of the land per square meter 25 years hence? This 25 and this 5 years ago. So 5 plus 25, total 30 years. Whereas here cost of plot increases for every 6 years. So plot 5 periods. Whereas for the rupee fall for every 5 years. In 30, for every 5 years means there are 6 periods. There are 6 periods. So please see here, it is given that 1000 is the P value, and 1 plus it is increasing at 5%. So 105 by 100, 105 by 100, 105 by 100 for 5 periods, and rupee falls for every 5 years. So there are 6 periods. 98 by 100 whole power 6. Now 1000 into 105 by 105. So now how much you are going to get here? If you simplify this, the answer is answer cannot be less than this value. So it is wrong. Answer is not more than 1200. So answer is 1134. Answer is approximately 1134. If you simplify, you will get exact value. It is approximate value 1130 approximate. Question number 15. A and B run a joint venture in which the profit earned by A and B are in the ratio of 28:15. A invests his share at the start of the year and B joins after 9 months in the same year. What is the ratio of their initial investment respectively? So see here, the profit ratio is given 28:15. Profit ratio is investment into time. So A's investment into time 12 months and B's investment for join after 9 months. After 9 months. So his capital is used for 3 months. So from this you can say 12A by 3B is equal to 28:15. So 4 3s are 4 sevens are 3, 3 cancel. So A is to B is how much? 7 is to 15. 7 is to 15. So answer is 7 is to 15. Next. In the previous problem, if A gets a profit of 4,200 rupees, then the amount invested by B. If A gets a profit of 4,200 rupees, so if A gets a profit of 4,200 rupees, the amount invested by B, A gets a profit of 4,200. So here A gets a profit of 4,200. So A's profit is 28 parts. A's profit is 28 parts, which is given as 4,200. So B's profit is how much? B's profit is 15 parts. So we can find out B's profit. We can find out B's profit, but we cannot find out B's investment. B's investment. We can find B's profit, but we cannot find B's investment because A plus B total investment is not known. Only we know in the previous question the investment ratio we got. So if A's investment is known, then we can find B's investment. But with the ratio of profits of A and B, we cannot find the investment of B without knowing the entire investment or A's investment. So the answer is cannot be determined. Now question number 17. Aravind and Govind each invested 15,000 rupees. Each invested 15,000 rupees for 3 years at the same rate of interest, but Arvind's investment is compounded annually while Govind's investment is simple interest. On simple interest, what amount did Arvind receive more than Govind? Here rate of interest is not given. R is not given. So data insufficient. Data insufficient. Next, Shamlal takes a loan of 10,500 rupees at 10% per annum compounded annually, which has to be paid 2 equal annual installments, one at the end of the year and the other at the end of the second year. So the value of each installment, is how much? So please see here. What is the loan amount? Loan amount is 10,500. Okay, if X is each installment amount, then we have a formula. P is equal to X by 1 plus R by 100 plus X by 1 plus R by 100 whole square and so on. So here how many installments are there? That much power we have to get in the denominator value. So here X by, what is the first installment? X by, each installment is X. So the first term would be 1 plus 10 by 100, means 110 by 100, which is 11 by 10. 11 by 10. Okay, similarly second one, X by 11 by 10 whole square means 121 by 100. So if you simplify this, you will get 10x by 11 plus 100x by 121. If I simplify this, the LCM is 121. Now 11 tens are 110, 110 plus 100, 210x. So x is equal to 10500 into 121 divided by 210. So 0 cancel, 21 50s are. So the answer is 6050. Now Harilal and Hariprasad have equal amounts. Harilal invested his amount at 10% compounded annually for 2 years, and Hariprasad invested 1/4 at 10 percentage compound interest, and the rest are percentage per annum simple interest for the same 2 years period. The amount received by both at the end of 2 years is same. Then what is the value of R? So Harilal and Hariprasad, I am taking as Lal and Prasad. Okay, so see here, both have invested same amount. So here Harilal invested his total amount at 10% per annum compounded annually. I am taking total amount as 400. Why 400, sir? Because here a 1/4 he has taken. So 100 at compound interest, the remaining 300 simple interest. So 400 into 1 plus 10 by 1 plus 10 by 100, 1 plus 10 by 100, which is 110 by 100 for 2 years completely. This is the total amount. And Prasad 100 for the first year, 100 for the first year. What is given here? Please understand clearly. Hariprasad invested 1/4 of his amount at 10% compound annually. So 100 into 110 by 100, and the remaining 300. On this 300, he is getting R percentage rate for the the same 2 years. This is the total amount of A. This is the total amount of Prasad. Total amount of Lal. These two are equal. If you simplify this, how much you are going to get? You are going to get this amount as 484. 484. It is how much? 121 plus 100 3s are. So which is 6R. So now how much you are going? 484 minus what? 121 is 363. 6R is equal to 363. Am I correct? 6R is equal to 363. 400 becomes 484. This is plus 300. Plus 300 is there. Plus 300. 300 plus 121. 421. 421 means it becomes 63. It becomes 63. So R is equal to 63 by 6, which is 10.5. 10.5. So answer is 10.5%. Now next question. The annual sales of a company in the year 2000 was 1000 rupees, and in the year 2005 was 2490. 2490. Find the compound annual growth rate. Find the compound annual growth rate of sales if given period of the given period of the company. So it is 14.289. So if you see here, 1000 becomes 2490. 2490. 1000 becomes 2490. Find the compound annual growth rate. Find the annual compound annual growth rate. So what is going to fit here? For example, 1000, 20%. Definitely 20% means it becomes 1200. 1200, 20% means it becomes 1 is 240 na? So 1440. Now 1440 ka 20% is 28.8, which is going to become how much? 140, 168. 14, am I correct? 10% is 144. 288. It is not 28.8, it is 288. So it is 1728. On this again 20 percentage. 20 percentage would be how much here? 10 percentage is 172.8. So it is 355.6. Then again on this, if I 170, so 6, 8 plus 5, 13, 8 plus 5, 13, then 1 plus 5, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, then 3 plus 7, 10, so 2083.6. On this again 20 percentage is approximately how much? On 410, which is going to become 2490. 2490 approximately. So answer is 20%. Answer is 20%. Next one. Question number 21. HDFC lends 1 million to Hudco at 10% simple interest per annum for 2 years. For 2 years. Thereby 10 lakhs becomes 12 lakhs. 1 million becomes, that is 10 lakhs becomes 12 lakhs. And Hudco lends the same amount to Sahara Stakes Housing Corporation at 10% per annum compound interest for 2 years. What is the earning of Hudco? So please see here. So HDFC, so interest paid, the total amount in the first case, the total amount in the first case is 1 million, 10 lakhs, 10% interest for 2 years. So 20% means 2 lakhs interest, and in 2 years the total amount becomes 12 lakhs. So the interest paid by it is 2 lakhs. Whereas when Hudco is borrowing this and paying at 10% per annum simple interest, then this 10 lakhs becomes 2,10,000. 2 lakh in how many years? Same amount, compound interest for 2 years. Compound interest for 2 years. So please see here, lends the same amount, at 10% per annum compound interest for 2 years. So 2,10,000, 2,10,000. So now what is the earning? So here Hudco has to pay interest of 2 lakhs. Here Hudco will receive 2,10,000 rupees. 2,10,000 rupees interest. Thereby the difference is actually, if it is 3 years, I think it is 3 years. In the question, it is 3 years. Thereby you will get, how much you are going to get? 3,31,000. In 3 years, the compound interest received by Hudco is 3,31,000. So here they are receiving a interest of 3,31,000 rupees. They are paying an interest of 2 lakhs. So the profit they are going to get is 1,31,000. 1,31,000 is the profit. So answer here it is option C. Provided here it is 3 years. Here it is 3 years. The question make it is 3 years. Next, ICICI lent 1 lakh rupees to Captain Ram Singh at 6% per annum of simple interest for 10 years period. For 10 years period. Meanwhile, ICICI offered a discount in rate of interest for armed forces. Thus, the rate of interest of ICICI decreased to 4%. In this way, Ram Singh had to pay only 1.48 lakhs. 1 lakh was lent and he is paying what is written 1.48. So the interest paid by Ram Singh is how much? 48,000. 48,000. Now see here, what is given? It is given that total 10 years, total 10 years. Meanwhile, ICICI offered a discount in rate of interest for armed forces. Thus, the rate of interest of ICICI decreased to 4%. In this way, Ram Singh had to pay a total of 48,000 interest only. So 1 lakh he is taking, 1,48,000 he is paying. How many years Ram Singh had got the discount rate of interest? So he has got, initially it was 6. The total interest paid is 48,000. So initially he started with 6%. For how many years? Then 4% for how many years? So if you see here, 6 into 4, 24, 4 into 6, 24. So this is 24,000 and this is also 24,000, which is satisfied. So after how many years Ram Singh got the discount rate of interest? After 4 years. After 4 years. So answer is 4 years. Answer is 4 years, which is correct. Sanjay purchased a hotel worth 10 lakh rupees and Barkha purchased a car worth 16 lakh rupees. The value of hotel every year increases by 20% of the previous value and the value of car every year depreciates at 25%. What is the difference between the price of hotel and car after 3 years? After 3 years. So it is given that value of hotel increases at the rate of 20%. So 10 lakhs, which is the worth at the end of 3 years, 120 by 100 whole cube. It is nothing but 17,28,000 at the end of 3 years. Similarly, for the car worth 16 lakhs, at the end of 3 years, when it is depreciating at the rate of 25%, it becomes 75 by 100. Okay. Thereby, now its value will become how much? Its value will become 3 cube by 4 cube. 4 cube is 64. So you are going to get, it is 6,75,000. 6,75,000. Now the hotel value, and this is the car value after 3 years. What is the difference? 17,28,000 minus 6,75,000. The difference is 10,53,000. Difference is 10,53,000. So answer is option B. So this is how we have 23 questions in this sheet. I hope everybody has followed and have understood all the questions solutions. And if anybody has any kind of doubt or thing, once again please go through it. You will understand. So to understand this, first of all, you have to be comfortable with the foundation builder sheet. So this is today's simple interest and compound interest higher level example questions, and I will again come up with one more chapter in the next session. Thank you so much.